Hello, Ischia Film Festival. I'm so humbled and honored to be with you, and it's such a magical, beautiful place. It fills my heart with joy and inspiration to be here.
From the first image of an autumn in tears to your long-term collaboration with Techinas and Charles, what have you learned as a person and as a director about what it truly means to bear witness to a place that is at risk of disappearing?
That's a very emotional question, and I think what I learned happened over many years, actually. I went with a lot of ideas about the situation, which had to be unpacked over many years. And I'll just say that seeing the beauty and then the potential loss of this place really impacted me and took me a longer because I was filled with grief and the impacts that the West has had on their lives. And so I had to come apart in a way during the making and then build myself back up. And my main character and collaborator, Takinas, helped me do that because she is a loving, inspiring force. And I credit her with that, you know? So I think what I learned was these relationships take time and trust, and there's no rushing it. But if we can open our hearts, there's a way forward, you know?
You mentioned a form of directing that remains at the edge of the frame. How does one construct a film when the filmmaker steps back to allow others to guide the vision? And what are the ethical and narrative challenges of this approach?
I think a lot of films will go and film something happening and then leave and construct a story from the material. So when I say that I was at the edge of the frame but not fully in the frame, it's that this story and this creative process is bounded in a relationship. And so how do I express that? And how do I call attention to the intimacy of that frame that I think viewers feel when they see it without fully inserting myself? Because that's not appropriate. It's not my story. And so we found this way to carry the intimacy by me being around the edge. And I think I mentioned that 4 times. When she invites me in, we had me there at the edge, but only when she invites me.
You mentioned that many of the stories written about Kiribati were objectifying and dehumanizing. What specific narrative choices did you feel were necessary to avoid reproducing that kind of gaze in your own film?
In this film, there is no crisis-driven narrative. There's no forward arc, propulsive drama that people ask for a lot. It's in my mind, we chose to have it be a slow unfolding. So that meant stretching time. That meant like asking viewers to drop into the story in a sensuous way and to have it inhabit them and hopefully touch them rather than tell them. Because I don't feel like being told what to do in this moment will sustain us, because I think it's existential, you know, what we're faced with as human beings. And first we need to feel that again, reconnect it. So this film is an invitation vis-a-vis that journey that you go on, that Takinas and Charles take us on, to do that. Not all films make that choice. We need other films. But for this film, that was our intention. It also allows them to own their stories in a way and reflect. And that's why they did voiceover narration. The voiceover narration allows us to write her to write, not respond and react, but to write her story. And those were based on many, many conversations over years.